I've been hearing a lot about this video and that I really need to watch it. So normally I'd watch it off stream, but I haven't had time. So we'll see if this becomes a video or not. I have to see this.
So the CV looks all good and everything, but it all comes down to how fit you are selecting JavaScript libraries. Imagine we had two options.
Not only does he have the mustache, he has the rest of the mustache. It's like grown and taken over his whole face, the same way JS grows and takes over your whole infrastructure. He's a real JS dev for sure.
The T3 and the T.
We're 9 seconds in and we already made it to T3. What? How have I, what? I've watched these videos since I started coding and I'm mentioned in the first 9 seconds of one. What? Oh my God. Holy crap.
So the CV looks all good and everything, but it all comes down to how fit you are selecting JavaScript libraries. Imagine we had two options. The T3 and the T4 style. Both use Next.js, TypeScript and TRPC, but the T in T3 stands for Theo.
What?
A skater boy from California. Who is
How? How did I? They never really put people's names in these. That's the highest honor. I've peaked. I can shut off the channel now, guys. It's over. We've done it. This is our peak. It's only downhill from here. It's only downhill. What happens from here? I don't even know. Do I get mentioned in a tech lead video as a joke now? Because it only gets worse. This is peak.
T in T3 stands for Theo, a skater boy from California. Who is the T in T4 stands for technology. Now T3 uses Tailwind, while T4 uses Tamagwind. Tailwind has a huge community of 4,994 hodlers online in the Discord versus 584 Tamagotchis. But the Tamagotchis are more cutting edge, where the last commit for Tailwind was last week. For Tamagotchi,
the last commit for Tailwind was last week, so clearly it's legacy software.
We push on safe. T3 is primarily focused on web apps, while T4 is immediately cross-platform, because T4 natively compiles to mobile as React Native through Expo. Now Tailwind doesn't map one-on-one to React Native, but the T3 stands have tried for a long time to get it compatible with Tailwind CSS React Native, which was renamed to NativeWind.
I don't know if you'll touch on this or not, but the NativeWind guys now, the NativeWind guy, I should say, now works at Expo. I'm incredibly confident it's going to come out good.
Once it started working, which was abandoned for a long time, but was made compatible with React Native after its developer, the 1X dev, joined Expo in 2023.
Of course he brings it out.
And now it's fully compatible with mobile anyways, so forget this whole part. Now the real problem comes in when we look at Auth and ORM. T3 uses NextAuth, or its hosted solution Clerk.
Clerk's a hosted solution of NextAuth. Yep, all good, all golden. I hope it was my sponsor for pretending that's true.
Now NextAuth is framework agnostic, but it doesn't work on mobile.
Technically speaking, almost all of this is perfectly accurate too. He did his research for this. And it's NextAuth works in all frameworks now. Technically, it's called Auth.js, but the bindings for all these other things are beta. Actually, I filed a pull request to NextAuth yesterday. Yeah, oh, they already merged it. Yeah, I filed a pull request just fixing their docs because the linking was entirely broken. And yeah, I am officially, as of yesterday, a NextAuth contributor. So I think that really emphasizes the point here. I'm too deep.
Could, of course, use Clerk Expo to make it work on mobile, or hack the NextAuth.js exposed REST API and see where things go. But even if you fix the NextAuth client, NextAuth also doesn't work with Hono workers for free edge deployment on Cloudflare. T3 also uses Prisma, which is super inefficient and ugly. I mean, just try a simple query. If your result is in the first row in the first JSON, it will still revalidate every row in every JSON. Now T4 uses Supabase for user data and sells it to the darknet. But there is also a Lucia branch for this, which works with any ORM database.
Hey, we use Drizzle. Come on. And I love the Nicki Minaj Supabase reference. I don't know how I had never thought of that before as a big lifetime Nicki stan. But yeah, this is gold.
If you know how to write the adapter. Now Lucia and Supabase work on mobile flawlessly. Now instead of Prisma,
Wait, does Lucia actually work flawlessly on React Native? Lucia Auth Expo. I'm just curious. I've never... Oh, yeah. They have a bunch of examples. Support native apps with bearer tokens. Yeah, cool. I didn't know they had that working. Last I checked, they didn't, so that's cool. Good progress on Lucia side.
4 uses Drizzle. straight out of the gate. Super base and CRH compatible, which means if we deploy in Hono, we can scale to infinity and beyond for $0 if our bundle size is under 1 megabyte. Which is also why we cannot use Prisma, because
There's a lot of interesting points here.
Prisma loads the package just like this company's HR department. Now Drizzle also works on the edge.
Yeah, but couldn't Drizzle just...
Silence. Drizzle could work on T3, but the documentation hasn't been started yet.
T3 maintainers, you just caused me to get owned for no reason because we do support Drizzle. I have only used T3 with Drizzle for a while now. I have to go write those docs after this. God damn.
Now Lucia would also work with T3, but I haven't tried that, so I'm not going to consider. Now T4 also uses helper libraries like ValidBot, $1,000,000JS, PrettyK, Virtual Edit, and JotUI. Now we could of course extend T3 with those, but we would first extend T3 with Pusher for WebSockets. Actually better to use Socketi. And Plausible and Umami for analytics, because Google Analytics is Google Analytics. And we would also add Zustand to abandon Redux from our vocabulary, just to reintroduce it once they abandon Zustand. JavaScript. All of this creates an insanely huge bundle, which we're lucky to expand with bundle reducers and next bundle analyzer. I love it. Now T3 would typically host on Vercel, which is a cash cow, so it's better to use PlanetScale, which is a cash cow, so it's better to use Railway, which is like Heroku, which is now owned by Salesforce, and therefore evil. Vercel with a V, like in evil. And
I also thought that GA4 said gay. I do like that I'm both like being appreciated and owned for the modularity part, because there's like, we didn't include the things that are easy to glue together, where like Zustand isn't something that needs to deeply integrate with all of these other parts, so we didn't include it. Whereas your ORM needs to integrate with your auth, which needs to integrate with TRPC, so we do include those things. And that's like the line that we drew is, if it can just be NPM installed and work how you expect, we don't include it. But if it has a setup, especially a setup that integrates with other things, then we include it. But yes, it plays out very comically in this scenario.
cash cow, so it's better to use Railway, which is like Heroku, which is now owned by Salesforce, and therefore evil. Vercel with a V, like in evil. And evil with an E, like in Emacs Live. And Emacs Live with a C, like in free hosting on Cloudflare. T4, we would just host straight on the edge.
Of glory.
Which means if you can get Slack to compile under 1 mega, then we can scale it to infinity for $0 on Hono without sweating. The only bottleneck then is our database. Not even the database, but the write-ups. SQLite is by definition on the edge, but it's still slower than speed of light. Cloudflare says they're working on that. They say
SQLite doesn't go at the speed of light. False advertising. This is why libSQL is better, because they're not lying that they're going at the speed of light when they're not.
say that every week. Next week is Cloud and Innovation Week. So next week is different. Now we don't have the source of Slack anyway. So now we could of course rewrite the whole stack from React Nack to Vue Nack, Svelte, SvelteKit, Solid and Solid Start, Quickie and Quickie Market. And each comes with their own whole ecosystem. Like,
Did he make up a better dumb name for Quick frameworks? I think it's Quick City, but Quickie Market, that's gold. That's absolute gold. And yes, Eva, I've read that SQLite Code of Conduct.
Vue Croissant or Next Beefy or Svelte Wasabi to reuse 0% of our code. Don't write this down. Next week all of this is gonna change. So, but then again, we might as well rewrite straight to Rust. Good idea.
I didn't say anything.
Now the backend, we can
Well, yeah, we should rewrite to Rust. Good idea. I didn't say anything. That's the most Rust-ism I can imagine. They haven't done a Rust one yet, right? Because senior Rust dev would be hilarious.
compile to WebAssembly and host on WorkerOS for free. The front end? Now for the desktop app supporting the React web code, we would need a native web view. We would use Tauri because Electron is bloated and ships its own Chromium. Now Tauri is basically like a V8 one.
What is V8?
Exactly. Spotify, Slack, Discord, Office, and most importantly,
Did he censor Microsoft? That's beautiful.
a virus-free antivirus. All use Electron, but we will use Tauri because while Electron is a compiled app with a web view that can render Rust compiled to WebAssembly, Tauri is a Rust app, and we save on RAM. So T4 has 1000% code sharing, performance, production readiness, performance, lean optimized bundle size, free hosting on Hono runtime edge workers, cutting edge, performance, 1000% type safe styling, free hosting, a purple landing page, but everybody uses performance, Tailwind, so you know, years ago, we would just set up a PHP and SQL and Alarm stack.
I love that like Tailwind's the winning factor for us. It's a good one. I'll take it.
Page. But everybody uses performance, Tailwind. So, you know, years ago, we would just set up a PHP and SQL and alarm stack on a $5 server with jQuery, and our 5 users would be happy. But this, of course, would require backups, server management, security, which I know how to do, but they lost trust in me after our 4th user data cleanup this month. In fact, everybody's changing back to servers. 2024 is the year of the serverlessness. They said that 10 years ago. They say that every year, but this year, they're out of VC funding. We have an entire...
Okay, we've been in the year of serverless for a bit, but like we have actually moved a lot of things to serverless. I get the joke though. It like the serverless. Don't want to say it's a zero interest rate phenomena, but it was definitely accelerated by investor money.
Higher abandoned office building, so might as well go with JavaScript. So we would use Next.js, HoloGraphQL, TypeScript, AWS, and Supabase.
What is Kubernetes?
Ah. I know this might seem like a fun way to spend your time in the age of AGI, but this is a public service announcement to all senior engineers trying to learn all of this in online courses to get a job in today's developer market. My advice to you is...
What did the sign say?
Trying to learn all of this in online courses to get a job in today's developer market. My advice to you is...
Buy a Quinoa coin.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen.
Okay, that was gold. High honor. High honor. Thanks for letting me sponsor this video. Can I say this and start a straight up conspiracy? Do I do it? I feel like this could come back to haunt me, but it's worth it. Don't write this down next week. All this is going to change. Fair. Well done. I've been adequately trolled. Good one, guys. Seriously though, high honor. I have loved Programmers Are Human 2 videos for a while, and it's weird to have my name mentioned in one and it to be about my stack. But yeah, never thought when I made the silly little stack that we'd be here now, but I'll take it. This was fun. If it ends up being a video, cool. Peace, nerds.